We're back. This week we're doing spooky Reddit
Mm,
stories. Woo.
boogie woogie.
Uh,
All right.
Let me read a couple. I have not really read these. These were submitted, and so we're gonna have a time reacting to them all our own. So, okay.
Okay.
This comes from the subreddit nosleep. So apparently in this subreddit they talk about like true things that have happened to them
Okay.
and caused them no sleep. Uh,
What the fuck?
Let me see if it's a car chase. Yesterday we had a car chase.
LA loves a car chase,
Yeah.
honey.
Every day, ever since OJ started them in '94. That's the birth of the car chase.
Oh, is that that was really the origins of the LA car chase? It
They've
was
had car
OJ.
chases before, no, but that's what made it like popular, right?
I'm
Like
like,
you know what I
why?
mean? Like how there was
Yeah.
always a shootings, but Columbine made it the thing. But anywho, because to get on TV to become sort of like
Hood classic.
for the culture, whatever, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. People just do shit just to do it,
No, you're right.
doing it for the
And y'all got
vibe.
a lot of highways too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Um, but I went to a wedding. The groom wouldn't stop smiling. I went to my cousin Ava's wedding a few days ago. I'm still trying to process what happened. I'll try to get everything out as best as I can. Ava had been dating some guy named Ethan for the past year. Being in their 30s, they sort of fast tracked the whole marriage thing. I never met the guy and I hadn't spoken to Ava in a few years, but what the hell? It was guaranteed to be a fun time. The groom walked down the aisle first, a tall, pale male in a dark suit. He stood at the front of the church and smiled. He smiled when Ava walked down the aisle. He smiled as they kissed after being pronounced husband and wife. He smiled as they walked out of the church. It didn't strike me as weird until we got to the reception. When they entered, he was still grinning, that wide grin, and his perfectly white, straight teeth. But up close, it looked, I don't know, wrong somehow. He wasn't really engaging with guests. He wasn't talking or laughing. He was just sort of scanning the place, staring, grinning wide without ever really reaching his eyes. I guess he's smiling for the camera, I told myself. Or maybe he's a little socially awkward. He figures nothing will go wrong if he just keeps smiling. It got really weird, however, when they served dinner. That face. I watched him sitting at the sweetheart table with Ava, shoveling chicken piccata into his mouth as he still grinned, barely opening his mouth wide enough to let the bite in before immediately closing it. He made loud chewing noises as he chewed while grinning. Have you ever seen someone chew their food while smiling? It looks completely unnatural. Yeah. It looks weird. Smiling with your mouth closed, sure, but showing all your teeth, grinning as you chew, it was so fucking weird.
That's serial killer
Then-
behavior. Yeah, I have to, I'm like really. I need to paint a
You're
picture
thinking about it, right?
here.
Yeah, that's weird. They eventually came to our table to say hi. I couldn't tear my eyes away from his face. He was still grinning. His wide blue eyes jittered from person to person at the table. His face looked like a mask. No warmth, no emotion. It was looking like a statue. I whispered this to my sister once they left. There's something seriously wrong with him. Why is he smiling like that? My sister thought I was being a catty old maid. Well, old mister. Shut up. He looks fine. No, he doesn't. He looks like he's madly in love, she snapped back. Stop being jealous. Jeez, Matt. That hurt, it honestly did. None of the other guests seemed to think anything was wrong. They thought it was all fine. Him grinning, though, him grinning through the first dance, through the speeches, through the fucking champagne toast. He tilted the champagne flute into his grinning mouth without spilling a drop somehow. This is so weird.
Nah, this thing is a demon.
Yeah. I oh my, what is wrong today?
Right? I was like, what's going on?
Coast to coast.
LA to Chicago.
Like,
Oh,
and the problem is I don't see them, so I can't.
see where they're coming from, where they're going, what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah. Anywho, I excused myself to the bathroom, but that was my first mistake, not realizing he had disappeared from the dance floor. As I was washing my hands, a stall swung open behind me. In the mirror over my shoulder, I saw Ethan standing there. His skin looked milky white in the bright lights. His blue, bulgy frog eyes stared at me,
Ugh.
and he was smiling.
No, I don't like
I
that.
don't mean that he saw me and then smiled. No, when he opened the stall door, he was already smiling.
No, I don't like that.
He walked over and began washing his hands at the sink right next to me, even though there were three other sinks. Our shoulders bumped. Great wedding, I mumbled, trying to be friendly. He turned to look down at me slowly. His blue eyes bored into mine. My heart began to pound. Music's great too, I said nervously, just to fill the silence. He just stared at me.
Well, he didn't kill him
That's when
because
I
he was able to write
realized.
this story.
Yeah, that's when I realized. He hadn't said a single word the entire wedding. There were no vows. He just nodded when the officiant asked if he took Ava as his wife.
Is
He
he
didn't thank the
deaf?
best man.
Sorry. Sorry, I'm sorry.
He didn't thank the best man after the speech. I hadn't even seen him talking to Ava at the sweetheart table, just smiling and staring. I backed away. His eyes tracked me as I went. Just as I reached the bathroom door, he stretched up to his full height and stared down at me. He looked even taller than he had in the reception hall, somehow under the fluorescent lights. Then he stopped smiling. As his face relaxed, his cheeks sagged. His forehead drooped. The skin of his face began to shift and slide. I froze as his face began to pull and separate from his skull. He grinned, and everything stretched back into place. I finally leapt into action and darted out of the bathroom door. I went back to my sister and grabbed her arm. We have to get out of here, I breathed. Ethan, he's. Will you shut up already? She said, barely even looking at me. And then Ethan sauntered in, long legs carrying him smoothly across the dance floor. He slowed as he passed our table, on his way back to Ava. He reached out and squeezed my shoulder. It's been 3 days. The skin in my shoulder is pulsing with pain, like it's infected somehow. And I can't help but notice, every time I look in the mirror, my face looks a little saggier, a little looser, like it isn't attached quite the same way anymore. So I've started smiling more, just to hold everything in place.
He's a demon! Did they take that from Smile?
Probably. That sounds like Smile, don't it?
Right?
Yeah.
They took that from
It sounds
Smile.
like a movie. This gave very like, the problem with Reddit sometimes, it's like maybe it's fake or not. This seems well written that it was like maybe this was lifted from somewhere.
Yeah. No, that was okay. That was good. That was good. That was good. I like a good story.
Hmm. This one comes from True Scary Stories. Uh, the shadow washed us sleep.
Mm.
I was at my best friend's house, and she always used to tell me about odd things that happened there, like hearing their mom calling for them when she wasn't home, seeing someone standing in the kitchen who vanished, hearing footsteps from the abandoned house above them, or seeing someone standing outside their window at night. The last time I slept over, we were talking about one of those things before drifting off to sleep. Her dog, Simba, was sleeping next to me, calm and quiet. A while later, I felt something brushing against me, like a light touch and a slow pull on the bedsheet. I woke up, a bit scared, and saw Simba standing on the edge of the bed, staring straight at the window. Then she started barking like crazy, something she never did. My friend woke up and told me not to be scared, just to sleep it off. The next day, she told me that there had been the shadow of a man standing outside her window watching us. She said she was the only one who could see him, and it wasn't the first time this had happened. Taking a long break from sleepovers. That's crazy. That's crazy, lady. Like, you see dead people.
What if it was her brother? That's why
That's
black
creepy.
parents always ask. They got brothers, which is problem.
That's super problematic.
It's problem.
They got brothers. Do they have an uncle that lived there?
Which valid but also problematic.
That's hella problematic. If you are a product of the 80s, you had to
You got asked
endure
if they
so
had brothers
much.
or uncles or a father in the house.
Mm.
Woo. Okay. Shall we take a break and come back?
Yes. Let's take a break and come back. Hit
Okay.
it, Claude. We're doing spooky, scary stories. Say no to AI videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, just stop it.
The
Just
fact that
stop
they're
them.
making it
They're
harder and
also
harder to.
to differentiate, and they're just making it so easy to do. And then also, a lot of them are racist, and a lot
Mm-hmm.
of like I hate clapback videos. Like those are rooted in racism and minstrel
I told you
shows,
those
and
black
it's
girls
just
sitting
like,
there eating ribs and with the whole bone, putting it in their mouth while they
hmm
like
and I
it's
bet you, and everybody who create them look like them people who did the young Republican text thread. Did you see
yep.
that?
No.
Yeah, white people
Wait, what is this?
are
Hold on. What should I be googling?
young Republican text thread. So Politico posted this expose of this text thread of the young Republicans of New York, and you can read some of the text messages that you may see.
Wait, do they have them? Are they all videos? Let me see. Oh, you want to talk about spooky stories?
Yeah, this is why Chris Rogers said we should watch the news for spooky season.
Okay.
It is a very long article. If you,
Uh huh.
but it's a
Okay.
free article. You all can go on the Politico.com and look. Or you can go on YouTube and CNN covered it.
All
Uh,
right. So I'll start here.
okay. I do want to say the text messages are very, very,
Oh yeah. Trigger warning.
yeah, trigger warning. Even for me, because I laughed. I was like, this is very inappropriate for me to laugh at, but I, even though it's about me, but I,
Giunta was
you
referring
know,
to an upcoming vote on whether he should become chair of the Young Republican National Federation, the GOP's 15,000 member political organization for Republicans between 18 and 40 years old. I'm going to create some of the greatest psychological torture methods known to man. We only want true believers, he continued. That's a quote. Two of the members of the chat responded, everyone that votes no is going to the gas chamber, and everyone that endorsed but then votes for us is going to the gas chamber. When do we start bullying, dude? We have a solid 3 people who can probably have them want to jump. If they vote for us, why would they be Oh, okay, let's keep going.
mm-hmm. There's some things you
Um,
can't read out loud.
can
Watermelon
we
people are
fix
laughed
the
at. Oh.
showers? Gas chambers don't fit the Hitler aesthetic. I'm ready to watch people burn now. We gotta pretend we like them. Hey, come on in, take a nice shower and relax. Boom, they're dead. This is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, alright, hold on. Oh,
And
it would be
and
a
they
motherfucker.
all.
I just looked at who wrote
I
this.
must say,
And he
who
looked
looks
like a
like that?
motherfucker
Yeah.
who would write some shit like this. He looks like a fucking
Mm-hmm.
loser.
Mm-hmm.
It's always a
Mm-hmm.
loser. It's always a big fucking suck your mother's titty ass loser. Look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this pie face motherfucker here. These are a bunch of
All of them
little
are.
dicked incels.
Mm-hmm. who think they're the superior race, and they all look like
I love
turds.
Hitler. Yo, y'all are insane. Look at this motherfucker here too. Look at all of them.
Yeah.
Nah, we don't. Okay, back to these stories.
Anyway, um, true Reddit, true scary stories. I want to switch it up a little bit.
Okay.
Um, this is it's a spooky story,
Mm-hmm.
but it comes from Am I the Asshole,
Okay.
which we're familiar with. Am I the asshole for being pissed at my friend for taking my dead baby's name? In 2024, my husband and I were expecting our first baby. I was 5 months pregnant when I had a placental abruption, and my baby passed away after an emergency C-section. I was devastated and depressed. I'm still grieving, and I have a hard time being around babies or attending baby showers.
Hmm.
2 months postpartum, oh, yeah. 2 months postpartum, my husband's cousin's girlfriend. That's
Hold
what
on.
took me so long.
Hold on. My husband's cousin. Oh, copy. Okay, got it.
Got it. You see where I
Yeah,
struggle.
yeah.
My husband's cousin's girlfriend asked if we could talk. She'd gone through a miscarriage at 5 or 6 weeks and wanted someone to talk to about her grief. I told her I wasn't in the right headspace for that, but she begged me, so I consoled her.
Girl.
At red flag number one.
Right.
We need to talk about that.
Mm-mm.
Emotional regulation and demanding emotional work from people. Anywho, uh, in my head, though, I was angry. She was comparing her experiences to mine. She knew what we named our daughter. It was a combination of my husband's and my names. It was perfect. We made Day of the Dead altars of our babies last year and got closer.
Mm.
In January 2025, she told me she was pregnant again. I was still grieving but happy for her. She found out she was having a girl. In August 2025, she said she was having medical complications and would have to deliver early. Her sister-in-law and I planned a surprise brunch for her, cleaned her house, and set up a baby corner. A few days before she delivered, I visited her with flowers and fresh juice. 2 days later, she gave birth. I didn't go into her hospital room, but I wanted her to know I was there for her. A few weeks later, when my husband and I visited to see the baby, I asked, "Well, what did you name her?" She said, Isabella Guadalupe Socorro, the great grandmother's names. She and her boyfriend laughed about it. 3 weeks later, I was doing her mother in law's hair and mentioned how nice the name was. She laughed and said, "No, they didn't name her baby that. Oh, no, they didn't name her name that. They named her Amelia, or Emilia with an E. That's the name of my baby." I was furious.
Wait, they
I went
lied
to her
about the
house.
name? Oh, sorry.
I was furious. I went to her house the next day and asked her why she chose that name. She said, "I forgot."
Bitch.
What? I have the name tattooed on my arm. It's in my Instagram bio. We bonded over our grief. She
Oh.
later admitted she told only 5 people and that it was supposed to be a secret, so I wasn't supposed to know.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, oh
Sorry.
wait, hold on. Oh, thank you for sparing my emotions, but fuck you. There was no way she forgot. If she had, she wouldn't have kept it a secret. So am I the asshole for being angry at her for using the name? I think I'm right for being pissed.
All right, let me just get this straight real fast.
Hmm.
When she went to go visit after she had the baby, they gave her a completely different name than what the
Isabella
baby's,
Guadalupe.
which was the
Their great
grandmother.
grandmother's names.
Okay.
And her boyfriend laughed about it.
So my first thought when they said the name to her is when they laughed. I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And she didn't find the real name out until 3 weeks later.
So my very first thought listening to this was these is Negroes or Latin Negroes, because when they said it was a combination of two names, I knew only some Dota shit came from one of my people or one of my people.
Before I saw Isabella, I said, "Oh, Sin Cloverton."
Yeah, exactly.
Overclear.
So that was my first thought. I was like, that only some Dota shit like combining names sound like it's some nigga shit. Okay, some nigga shit or some Latin nigga shit. So, secondly, you didn't forget because you wouldn't have lied to me about what the baby's name is in the first place. So first and foremost, I'm writing that down. Okay, so when your baby gets old enough, I'm gonna tell your baby that your mother is a sinister bitch. Your mother lied on you when you was just days old. Your mother lied on you because she told me your name was a dead grandmother's name. May Isabella, OG Isabella, haunt you for the rest of your days for using her name for some bullshit, first and foremost.
Yeah, like y'all have a whole ofrenda. You don't think nobody's from the ofrenda gonna come back and be like,
Right.
"Hey."
Hello. That little nigga was not allowed to listen to music for the first 8-9 years of his life. You know what I'm saying? In Coco.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
because of the ancestors. I hope the ancestors come back and haunt your dirty draws. Like I hope they haunt
Like that is
your
so
dreams. May you not know any
grimy.
peace because you lied on your baby first and foremost. You stole a dead baby's name, then you lied on your baby. You lied or you used a great grandmother's name, abuelita's name, in order to continue this lie. Your household will not know peace.
Never.
You brought that baby into full-blown emotional chaos. No, you're not the asshole girl who wrote the story. You're not the asshole.
No, you're not the
That
asshole,
bitch is
and
the
you should
dickhead.
beat that bitch's ass.
That bitch
Yeah.
is the dickhead. Like, the minute that you
Because-
heal, because I'm going to allow you to heal, but the minute that you heal, we are shooting the fucking fair one. I'm also holding a grudge. I'm also going to tell your baby that you lied on her way later on down the line. Like, I'm going to ruin your life for decades. And I'm going to call on the power of Isabella as
Your mama
well
lied on you. Did you know that?
to contribute to this. You getting a spiritual ass kicking. You are.
This is where you send that child a card every year and tell at the bottom, your mama lied to you.
Yeah.
It's like, what did mommy lie to you about? And you won't ever tell her until she turned 18.
I lied on your name because because you named after a dead baby that I knew I was doing some grimy shit when I did it. That bitch will never know peace.
It's one because Amelia is a fairly common name, so it's like that's one thing, right? But the fact that she was like, I'm not ready to grieve my own shit, but you up here forcing me, so therefore we forced a bond and grieve together. So you know how
you forced me. You stole my dead baby's name after you forced me, and it pushed on my emotional boundaries. You stole my dead baby's name. You lied on your baby. You named you. Yo. Then you lied on that.
Yeah, this is some ethnic shit.
Yeah, this ethnic.
Yeah, this is giving me like Central California behavior, if not, like Sacramento, Bakersfield, that kind of thing.
That's a weird place. Yeah.
Yeah. But this is very. Because it could go either way. It can go either brown, whichever on the spectrum. You know what I mean?
That's a spooky story.
I hope she fights them. I hope she shows up in a dream.
As soon as that baby hits a preteen, I'm going to be like, do you know the origins of your name?
Yeah. I think we're going to wrap up early. I have one more story. I have a couple more, but... we have a big holiday extravaganza next weekend, right?
Yeah.
We do. Oh no, in 2 weeks. Damn, how long is October?
First of all, it's long and quick.
God damn, I didn't know we had an extra week. I was like, okay, we have a spooky season. Okay, it comes to an end. No,
Long and quick.
no, no. Oh,
That
but I should tell you
It's like
about
a
this.
dick that work. Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you the story, and then I'll tell you what I watched.
Okay.
This also comes from the Our True Scary Stories. My wife stepped on something in the lake. The next day, they found a body.
Oof.
I
Oof.
always fear this. This is why
I
I used to
don't.
avoid going to Central Park
Um.
because until when I finally guess when I lucked up on found a body, it was nobody in Central Park. It was they laid dead straight on the train track at Chambers Street. It's like in New York, you find things that I'm gonna avoid at all costs, like
Yeah.
working in Times Square,
Yeah.
taking the G train. All
Yeah.
those things
Yeah.
like you try to avoid as a New Yorker. Ended up happening to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I got hit by a car. I had to
Going to
get on the
Queens on
ambulance
the
into
train, you was
traffic.
robbed.
I was
I'm not
robbed at
laughing at you.
gunpoint.
God
Like
damn.
everything bad that I never wanted to
Yeah.
happen to me in New York
Happened to
happened to me.
you. Damn. You right.
But yes, the dead nigga that I found was not in nobody's park. He laid there straight on at the J at Chambers. And I was so mad because it was late night and we were coming home from the club. So I'm like, I'm ready to go home. And I lived off the J at Myrtle. We all know how
And
sticky that can get.
yeah.
So it was just like I was there
And
for
then
an extra
nobody
hour
have a
while they
budget
just
to take
laid.
no cabs at certain hours.
No, this is
I,
before Uber.
yeah.
So like,
Yeah. When you still had to call Puerto Rico or Rainbow.
so I remember I had to take the
4
4 and I'm
minutes.
going back down to downtown Brooklyn and
Damn.
then take the bus. It was a long, yeah, but that was a day.
I
I
haven't
was
run
like,
up on a body. Two worse scenarios. Somebody took a shit on the train, and
oh yeah, yeah.
that's a pretty bad one.
That's
That's a pretty
and
bad
low
one.
key common,
Yeah, more
or
common than
not uncommon.
it also was the 4 train at a certain
Yep.
point.
That's what it's for. So I
The
knew it was a
four
green line.
train
I was like, it's either the 4 or the
in
5 because
between
I have to be
certain
on the 5.
stops at a period of time was just always on some it was always on some shit.
Always on the South Bronx too, between South Bronx and Harlem and the East
That was
Orange, like this.
exactly where it was. It was exact. I want to say, actually, I think it might have been at like Burnside.
That specific spot train station, yes.
181. It might have been. It might have been at Burnside where I discovered that lady had taken a shit on a train. Yeah, that's always a really really.
Hmm. Hmm.
Anyway, what's your what's the story?
Sorry. A few years ago, when my daughter was a toddler, my wife and I used to take her to a nearby lake to picnic, swim, and unwind. It was a peaceful spot, quiet, not too crowded, the kind of place where you could easily forget about the world for a while. One afternoon, we'd finished eating. My wife decided to go for a quick swim while I stayed on the beach with our daughter. I watched her wade into the water, the sun sparkling off the surface. A minute later, she suddenly stopped and turned to me, shouting something. At first, I couldn't make out what she said, but her expression was off. Then I heard her clearly. I think I just stepped on someone's face. I froze. I I froze, thinking maybe she was joking, but the look on her face wasn't playful. It was pale and terrified. She quickly started making her way back to shore, her legs moving faster like she couldn't get out the water fast enough. When she got back, she said that while she was swimming, her foot brushed against something soft. At first, she thought it was a rock or a patch of seaweed, but when she pressed her foot down, she felt the unmistakable. Ooh. But when she pressed her foot down, she felt the unmistakable shape of a face beneath the water. a nose, an eye socket.
Oh!
She swore she felt the hollow of the eye.
Ah!
I considered going in to check, but something in my gut stopped
Hell
me.
no.
We packed up and left right after that. The next day, the local news reported that a young boy who had been missing for days was found drowned in that same lake not far where we had been. To this day, my wife is convinced she stepped on his face.
Oh. Imagine if it bit her.
So, though,
Hush. There's a horror story.
that's funny. Yeah.
Ew, and then ew, and then your toes go into the eye sockets. Oh my god!
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
And I'm going to leave it right there.
Wiggle, wiggle.
Yeah. More spooky stories to come.
Yeah. We're doing
But yeah.
we're doing Jade and X spooky content our style over on the Patreon, so make sure you sign up for that. Check out YouTube where we do our 90-Day Fiancé the other way recaps. The recap next week will be doubled up from the episode for this week. So but you can go check out the first 3 or 4 episodes so far.
1 through 5.
Oh, there you go. 1 through 5. And yeah, we'll see you all next week.
Bye, hoes.
If for whatever god awful reason you want more Jade and XD, make sure you subscribe to us on Patreon.